Hey everybody, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program RP-0. You might recognize this glorious thing as a Griffin A2, and for the most part, you would be right. Mission plan is just a little bit different, and we'll get to that on our way up, because we are at our relative inclination with the moon. Ignition on our 5 F1 engines. This take forever and a day to spool. There they go. Get those clamps off. Clear the tower without nudging into it, please. Oh, just a little scrape. No big deal. We'll be alright. Everything's fine. Everything is absolutely fine. Alright. And let's not start sliding sideways just yet. Okay. Apologies for the nighttime launch. But, again, relative inclination with the moon being our deciding factor here. We are going to go out to the moon, but this is more in doing research for our Project Venus flyby. And in preparation for crewed flight, I would like to see what exactly it would take to sustain a Kerbal in space for a prolonged period of time. So, this mission is seeking to go out to the moon with a whole lot of extra life support and a cabin bigger than just this Mark 1 capsule that we seem to be limited to currently, and leave someone there for a very long time and see what exactly the constraints on life support are and study how it affects the physiology, because a mission to Venus to hit orbit, park there for a while, and then come back later, we're probably looking at endurance in years instead of just months. So we'll get to more of the constraints of this mission and what it entails a little bit later. In the meantime, I'm going to speed up the more boring parts of this launch, provided everything goes well, and I will see all of you in orbit. All right, 247 by 221. I'd say that's not bad. It's our Delta V stats. 4s across the board. Nice. That is way more than enough to get to where we are going. So we're just going to plot this node as soon as the computer catches up with me. There we go. Oh, hey, look, we can... Oh, perfect. It looks like right around here. Nope, I was off. Never mind. But we'll be fine. We have just tons of Delta V left over. Yeah, we'll shoot for that. That looks good. 19 minutes, it says. Okay, here we go. Ignition. We're good. .5 meters per second off. Let's see what that buys us. Not nearly what we would like it to. Wow, that's very interesting. So I'm just going to hold the H key to use the thrusters on the S4B stage to pull this out. That periloon is horrendous. We're trying to bring it back as best we can. I think our original goal for periloon was something like 86 kilometers. Yeah, the 10 million is certainly not acceptable. Oh, what might these little thrusters have? $80 kilometers. I'll take that. 90s, because it's going to be offset quite a bit. All right, and now the cool part. We get to see what we're dealing with here. So we're going to jettison these side panels. And yay, there's our HAB module. All right. What is... All right, we need to set that as target. Are the RCS thrusters on our S4B stage still firing? They really should not be. Let's turn those off. Switch back to our command pod. All right, and yeah, I guess we should go ahead and get our docking done, get that thing booted up, and get ready. Really, it is a life support tank with a crew module. It's supposed to hold 3 Kerbals. We are only taking 1 because that is the number of Kerbals we can safely return to Earth at the moment. And I'm going to try very hard not to make this docking be 9 hours like it was last time during the live stream. That was horrendous. And also embarrassing. Gotcha. Doc did. Alright, now we can activate these radiators, extend these solar panels, and activate this dish, target Earth, and this dish, activate, active vessel. Alright, radiators are cooling, electric charge is depleting. That's not good. This thing is supposed to be self-sufficient, but I guess we can probably shut down one of the radiators. But I'm not 100... Oh, come on. These are not even stowed. Again? Again? Let's get rid of that. Maybe... Nope. Not letting us activate those. That's fine. Alright. Let's check our telemetry. Make sure that we are... Okay, only 224. Not really seeing a significant change there in our telemetry. So we are just going to top off our tanks, which is not that one. This little guy... Yeah, come on. Pin you. Right, and decouple ourselves from the transfer stage. Alright, Alright, let's see if these little bastards are going to deploy now. Ha! I win. Told you were not stowed. Stupidest bug ever. Alright, so this micro station, I guess, 2 docking ports, 1 on either side, so I do plan on leaving it in orbit around the moon in case we decide to go back and use it again, or use it as a basis for building a larger, more sustainable station, included with its own scientific equipment, etc., etc. Okay, I was checking on our electric charge. We are still showing a net draw, and that sucks, because I still have 2 antennas to activate. At least on this station side. So I guess we're going to shut down one of these radiators. We shouldn't really need to be cooling that thing just yet. Alright, now we're showing a net charge. Perfect. Turn on some lights. Because, of course, it's a station. It needs to be illuminated. And we're going to get it out to the moon and put it in orbit, where we will leave poor Yegor for more than a year. Let's check his total life support. Yep, 1 year and 40 days. After a year, we're going to top off whatever's needed here in the capsule and send him home. So Yegor is going to be the longest staying person, or the longest, he's going to have the longest mission duration to date, until at least we get some of our more interplanetary or station building exercises up and going. Yegor is going to be this is also probably going to be the last flight of the Griffin, or the Griffin series in general, as I do plan on building a more modern, more updated, with a heavier lift capacity derivative, specifically for interplanetary missions. So the range of the Griffin is pretty much the moon as far as its deliverable cargo. With the weight of added life support needed to do interplanetary missions, it just can't get it off the ground. So we're going to need something newer, something bigger, something a little better, something that I'm going to be working on off camera, because development like that takes literally hours, and condensing it all down is... it just seems a little silly when I can just fill you in on everything about the rocket as we're doing a liftoff phase, or anything else really. Alright, so we're going to come in just a little tighter to the moon. 1 million still though, huh? Yeah, bummer. Well, we've got loads of excess fuel and Delta V, considering we don't have to worry about picking up a lander or redoing any docking or anything of that nature, so we're just going to ride with it. I'm going to go ahead and plot out the node while we're here. Yep. Alright. That was pretty easy. I think about a 1 million kilometer orbit should be fine. We will probably correct for inclination later, although there's nothing too terrible about that. And given our telemetry, it would make a return to Earth pretty easy. And we do know that the command pod will have loads of excess Delta V, and our habitation module is actually a lot lighter than the lander that it replaced, which is why we have so much extra Delta V in our S4B stage that we are going to eject out into the solar system. Alright, 2 hours. I should probably slow this down and get things ready over here. Hour and 10, yeah, let's, well, what's this burn going to be? Probably about 10 minutes. Yeah, you can go away. So we're not going to need a whole lot of lead time as far as getting things prepped and ready. Although that's a pretty cool shot, I have to say. This might be our winner for today's episode. What do you think? No? I think so. Alright, let's get RCS fired up. RCS fire up. What the shit, Yegor? What are you doing? RCS is not responding. We're not in time warp. Great. We're having some issues here. None of our RCS thrusters are wanting to respond. Lovely. Alright, need to go ahead and unlock all these fuel tanks anyway. But it seems that the R key in general just is doing nothing. And because of that, nothing else is working. Alright. Give me just a second, I'm going to switch vessels and then switch back. So give me just a minute here. Alright, well, this is a problem. I switched to a different ship and was able to toggle the RCS on and off no problem. I don't understand why this RCS system is just not responding. So I'm going to take a quick gamble. We've got about 23 minutes to undock. Undock. There we go. Now the RCS system can be toggled. This is very odd. Try to redock.
Oh, Frankie.
Uh-oh. I nudged it too hard. Dang it. This was not the kind of emergency I really wanted to have right now. We are 23 minutes from having to make a burn. Okay. Emergency backup. Oh, we get no flight control from this thing. Well, this certainly became very interesting, didn't it? We have no telemetry. Oh no. Great. So there's 0 point to those thrusters because there's no computer to control them. Well, learn something new every day. I don't know why not having telemetry there cancels out our having telemetry here, though. Yegor. Gotcha. And now our RCS is on. Insufficient avionics. Fuck. We still have our node? We do not still have our node. Alright, we just gotta ullage the engine and then maybe we'll be below our avionics limit, right? Okay. We can't maneuver, but we can ullage. I'm not going to make you watch this, but I'm scared to hit the time warp in case we lose our ability to control these RCS thrusters again. So, I'm just going to time warp and give you guys this pretty picture to stare at. Alright, and I can't throttle up. Ah, well, son of a bitch. I should have just laid on this key and let it happen. But instead, I've made several super key errors. Son of a bitch. I thought I could still activate my engine. Apparently not. This is not going to go well. Best case scenario, we keep Yegor in orbit of the moon. I'm not willing to lose this mission just yet, but it might be lost. We might have to jettison the station and just bring Yegor home. Kai, unlocking controls. Alright, we bled off enough fuel to get our total weight below the 21-ton limit. And now we can point ourselves in the correct direction and fire up our AJ-10. So, most of this tragedy has been averted, but we do know that if we want to keep this thing, or this kind of design, sustainable, we need to make some very serious changes. So, we're just going to finish this orbital insertion. Sorry for all the fast forwarding. And that'll do it for us. But thankfully, Yegor is not going to be ejected off into the reaches of deep space. And thank goodness, because he's only got about 40 days of life support built into this whole command module. Whereas there's another year in this thing. Or, you know, the close approximation to it. But, alright, good. We have already inserted into an orbit. We're just going to try to bring this down best we can. We don't really need to be pointed at the node. That's kind of dumb. We should just be firing straight retrograde. There we go. So this shouldn't take more than just a couple minutes, but I'm not going to make you guys watch it. Don't worry. Alright, 2 million by 852,000. That is not ideal by any means, but we're going to stick with it because we're in orbit and no one's going to die today. That's the important part. Yep. A year and a month or so. So I will be making some probably off-camera adjustments to this orbit to normalize it just a bit, and then we're just going to ditch Yegor out here for a year. See what it does to him. If he goes crazy. He's got people to talk to, I'm sure. But it's just him out here. All alone. Floating. Poor Yegor. Alright, thanks for hanging out, everybody. I do appreciate it. I will see all of you next time. Till then, see you later.